Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, salam alaikum, welcome to the channel y'all. So today we are on part 2 of this turbo power in lovely Wedgwood green, I have to say. So in the last video you saw me strip it down. In my time, that was last night. Everything is now washed and cleaned, as in the body parts and everything. Today we're going to be concentrating on cleaning up the motor and then to reassemble it and give it a quick demo. So now this product that I have here, this is called a Dust Daddy. Now this is not the original, this is a fake one. I bought this on eBay. I did think it was the original Dust Daddy or genuine one, but it's not. It is a fake one, but it does just as well. Now I used it on my Henry. Comes with all different types of attachments. Comes like that. So if I put that on there, that fits on there. That doesn't fit on there, so I can put that on there. Oh, that doesn't work. Try it this way, yes. And then the Dust Daddy goes in there, and then that goes on there like that, and then I can use it then to get in, which is what I did for the motor, to get inside the motor here to get the dust out of the thing, what do you call it, the bearing, that's it. So I used this to get inside the bearing and clean out inside there, and then I blasted it with some cleaner, not a cleaner, what do you call it? Oh, not grease, oil thing. Oh, I don't know, my mind's gone today. It's Sunday, my mind's gone. Anyway, so when it came to this bearing here, the moment I put some lithium grease on it, the bearing became really, really good and flexible. I was afraid that the bearing would be knackered, but luckily it wasn't. The bearing is actually very good. It was just dry as dry can be, so that is now working bearing. So the inside one as well. I just need to give them a clean up. So what we're going to do first of all is, first job is the nervous system. So I've got 2 cloths in my bucket. And I'm just going to wring them out. As so. And I'm just going to give these a bit of a clean, just a wipe over. The inside of this was really dusty, really bad. When I was cleaning it, you should have seen it. It was really bad, but it's come up really well, which you'll see later. It's looking really good. Okay, let's give this a clean. A bit of a wipey, nothing major. And the tube. Give the tube a wipe over. Okay, not much needed on that at all, thankfully. So that is the nervous system, nice and clean. Very good. Now, next, pop that to one side, is the motor itself. Now the outer motor casings and everything, I've cleaned them, so what I'm going to do now is just get the best of the dust off. The next thing I'm going to do is take this over by the door. I've got the compressor primed and ready to go, and we are definitely going to be giving this a blast out with the compressor to get some of that dust off it. So let's go and get rid of this. Let's go clean this up. Okay, let's see what we can get out of this thing. Okay, so that has done a really, really good job. It's cleaned all the dust and crud that was on the coils, and it generally looks better. Okay, let's get back to the bench. Okay, so I've got you directly above the bench, and here is the motor now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some oil onto this bearing down here. Just looking around because oh, there we go. And oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I haven't blasted this. Let me just go and blast this first. I forgot about this. Okay, so that is now nice and clean. I'm sure. So hang on, that goes that way. And this goes into there. No, that's not right. Oh, I know. That goes into there. Yeah, that's for the fan. Duh. Okay, so that goes onto there. Next, I have to put... Actually, I can do it after. Put some oil onto this bearing. Clamp it down. What's catching? That's it. I've got these 4 screws to put the motor back together. I'll do them slowly. Okay, and just tighten them up. Make sure they're tightened manually, yeah. Now that runs so much better than before. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. I'm going to put some on that end there. I'm going to stand it up there. And I'm going to look for a fan, so just give me a second because I think I have a spare fan, but I need to have a look. So unfortunately I don't have a spare fan for this, but I do have a brand new brush roll for it, so that can get fitted. I'm just going to wet the cloth because I'm just going to give the fan a wipe over. I did blast a little bit of the dust off, but just to give it a wipe. It's a bit gnarled and chewed, but yeah, there's not much I can do. I don't have a spare one. So if I do come across one in the future, I will change it over. There we go. Just dry this off. And now I'm going to put a little bit of oil on this. The bearings on, and then just like the Kirby's and whatever, it goes in the opposite direction to tighten it up. So I'm just going to put my clamp on the end of this to hold it in place. There we go. So that is now all nice and tight. So the motor definitely looks so much better than what it did. So let's just pop this back into its little housing. Come on. There we go. And these little clips clip back in there. That is, you couldn't do that yesterday. It just wouldn't do it. Whereas now, just with a little bit of lubrication, it's working really well. Once the motor's back on, I will get a thing and I'll clean that. There is a notch in there for you to put a screwdriver in that way to hold it if you want. But I'll clean this off once it's all back together. So yeah, I found a brand new brush roll for it. So the only thing I will do is put a little bit of lubrication into it. Into these bearings. It's wonderfully shiny, it's beautiful. Come on. Come on, you little monkey. There we go. A little bit of oil into that bearing. There we go, brush roll. Now let me get the rest of the bits and we can start putting this beastie back together. So let me get the rest of it and we'll finish off this motor first and I'll bring in the bits for it. Okay, so here we go. Looks a lot better now, as you can see. I did put the bumper back onto it. So the next thing I have to do is to put the carbon brushes back into the motor. These carbon brushes are lovely because a lot of the carbon brushes are actually wired into the actual carbons themselves. So like with this one, you can just like swap it out. So I need to gently tease it back down. Where's my little skinny picker? Skinny picker, where's my skinny picker? There we go. And then what you have to do then is gently push the spring down with your finger or an implement like this, and then close down your flaps, and there's one carbon in, and I'm just gonna, yep, I can see that there. The next one, oh, that was nice and easy. Spring down. Oop. There we go. Spring down. Yep, both carbons are touching that. Perfect. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. Next, we need to put a cover on it. Now, I do not understand. Somebody who's obviously repaired this in the past has not. There's metal clips that clip onto this. And this is probably the reason why there's so much dust escaping, is because it isn't been fastened in. So what I'm going to do, like I did on another one previously, I sealed it in. So let me get my sealant. And this will also hold it into place. Paper, paper, paper. That'll do. Oh, this is hard coming out. To push out, I mean. Just getting it in the groove, going around. There we go. Oh, shit. Now I'm going to put this on. I shouldn't get any on me, which is inevitable. And then squeeze it on. Just going to remove the excess from around the side. Try it. Alright, now what I'm going to do to seal it round, is use some of this. And that will hold it into place and also help seal it as well even further. And there we go. Good as new. Almost. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. That looks really good. Now, I'm going to put a bit of the stuff in here to seal up the gap. And there. There we go. Eccellente. Now we have got that, we got that. These are the two rubber ends. There. And there. Much better. Okay, so the heart is now, it's had a, what do you call it? It's had a couple of stents done to it. Cleaned out the old arteries to it, and we have given it a bit of a heart refurb. Next is to start putting the nervous system back together. So the first thing I need to do is this bracket at the top, which holds in the handle. There's two grooves at the top there that fits into, and then that slides down into place. And that bracket fits neatly into there. Oh, what an idiot. I need to put it through here first. Fit it through the hole. Excellent. Then put the brackets on. The electrical connectors, I mean. So put the brown on first. In it goes. And the blue one. In it goes. And that bracket there. And it fits down. That fits through. There we go, look at that. That's pretty much, it puts itself down to it. So that is for the, it's for this. That fits into there. Okay, so that's pretty good. We've got a lot of it into place, which is very easy because it kind of follows its own path around, which is very good. So, electrical block holder. Let's put the first screw in. like this as well. So I need the cord, the cable. Oops. Spaghetti. That's the old rubbishy cable hook that's broken on it. Right, so let me get the cable clean and we'll move on. So, some more cloths. If the cable is any judgment to the rest of the vacuum, what I'm trying to say is I think this cable is going to be really stinky. Okay. So this is just its first pass. Oh, it's not too bad. That's really not too bad. I've seen far worse. One more time. Excellent. Just give the plug a wipe over. I couldn't be bothered taking the plug apart in the end. I just thought I'll leave it. And a quick dry. So the cable goes through here, and well, that's a fiddle, hang on a sec. Why isn't that fitting in there? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Put the cable through. My precious. Let's move this out the way. You can see here where the cable clamp went. We'll put these in first. Brown on this side. going right. Didn't feel it go all the way in. Try again. It's better. Blue one. And the clamp. There we go. So that is all nice and tight. Yes, yes, yes. That's there. What's missing? Handle, cable socket. Oh yeah. Gubbins cover. And actually needs to come out. Go over through that. Five screws for this lot. I like working on these. Just the plastic is not very good. It doesn't seem to aged well. Probably will take 6 million years to completely biodegrade, but I think this will be done in 1 million. Excellent. Next, cable socket. So there's a screw in there, which is for that. Then the handle, which I haven't wiped over yet. Hang on. Just going to give this a bit of a wipe on the inside. This will be easier to polish when it's all back together. And we'll clean it then. Just dry it off. Put the handle on it. And put that on. So there we go, that is that top part all done. Next I'm going to put the filler on, the filler tube. Actually I think I'll wait. I think I'll put this on later because if I remember rightly, I found it easier to put this in to this once this had already been put into place. So I'm going to leave that out. I think I remember that from last time. I'll need this little cover on here. This will only go on one way. And what causes the wearing down is the wearing on these. So what I'm going to try and do, I haven't tried it before, but try and strengthen them. Where did I put my, here it is, Gorilla Tape. And I wonder if this will work. Okay, let's try this. If it doesn't work, I can easily just take it apart and take it out. I'm just putting a bit of tape around the outside of this, just to see if this will help give it a little bit more grip, so it doesn't do the big lean. Try it anyway. It's worth trying because, and you know, we'll soon find out if it doesn't work. Anyway, is that the right way? There we go. Like the bloody Krypton Factor. God, that's showing my age, the Krypton Factor. I used to love that program when I was a kid. Now, let's put some of this gubbins on. I can put this on. There we go. That's not going to cause any issue. Now the other thing I'm going to try as well. It's upstairs for thinking day to day, I tell you. Let's try it on this and see if this will also help. Like I said, it's no biggie for me to take this off. I can just turn the camera off and skip the idea. But one thing I do always do with this is pop in some grease. On these. Into its position and use the foot pedal and the foot pedal spring. Oh, that's broken out. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah. Lemon egg. The thing where the foot pedal goes in, because it goes in that way. Sorry. No, it doesn't go in there. But it does. Might be an issue, might not be an issue, I don't really know. The mud guard has broken off where part of the foot pedal goes down. Okay, which kind of like holds it in, but the brackets that go over these as well, these also hold it in as well, so it might not be a huge issue for it. I'm not going to really know until I tighten it up. Okay, let's give it a go. Two screws either side for these brackets. What did I do with the other one? It's there. That seems to be holding it into place. I'm wondering if it's going to cause big issues. This is quite a lot of pressure on that. So I might knock it out. Now, so far, that doesn't seem to have so much of a lean. So I'm wondering if that's a good fix for it. But this part here, I think is going to cause issues. Right, okay, I tell you what I'm going to have to do. So that works really fine, this works really fine. I'm going to have to glue it, and it's going to take a while to dry. Come on. Let me take it apart and I'll show you. It's this here. Down in here, this is snapped off. It's going to need gluing. It's going to need gluing with something like Gorilla Glue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop you on stop, do this repair and come back to you and we'll put it back together. Right, it's 2 hours later because I fell asleep. So what I need to do now is put this back in. Yep, that's definitely held. Let me take this tape off. Okay. Check that away. And pop the spring in its place. Okay, there's the spring. bracket on. And the bracket on the other side as well. Okay, let's try that. There we go, we definitely do not have a turbo power tip so far, but once all the gubbins are in that might change, but for the moment that's fine. Okay, next I'm going to put the motor just sort of in place, because, okay, I need to put this on. So to get this on nice and easy, I'm going to put a little bit of grease around this. That will allow me to get this on nice and easy. It's a lot more flexible now as well because it's been dishwashed. It's put its flexibility back into the rubber. Just twisting it on, come on. There we go. That is in its place. Now I'm just going to put a cable tie on it. Go. Come on. Next, I have to get the motor into its position. So in order for me to do that and make it slide in nice and easy, that would be on the top. I'll just paint a little bit of grease around this rubber seal here, there, and around here. It makes sliding this thing in nice and easy. So if I put that end in first, and then slide this in. There we go. It's not quite. Oh, that's better. Okay, that is better. Now, blue to blue. Brown to brown. One light bulb. Right, so I'm going to plug this in and check it. Now the motor still does not sound 100%, but that's possibly because the motor might take a little bit more while for it to bed in after being cleaned up. Could be the carbon brushes are not touching exactly the way they used to and they need to rebed in. There's a number of reasons, but it definitely sounds a lot better than what it did before I started doing the refurb on it. This is the motor bracket. There's a nice bit of airflow from it as well. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit of grease around this filler tube. And put the cap, put the little tube on in the side which came out, which I may have to try and shove back in. There we go. And this then that's doesn't feel right. Okay, so the bellows and the tube are connected. And I just need to screw in the filler tube. Excellent. Now we got this gubbins to go on. Oh, but do you know what I forgot to do? I was going to do it and I forgot. Sugar cubes. Who's this? That's the one of the brackets for the tube thingy jig. Let me just put it into its place. My screwdriver. I'm going to put these 2 screws in. But I can't put this one in yet because I need that bracket bit to stay in position for it to glue, so I'll have to put that in a little while. So, oh, sugar cubes. Right, let's stand it up. We are pretty much getting there. So I need to put in an air freshener. But in order for me to fit an air freshener onto this, I'm going to have to cut this in half and fit it around there, and then pop it into place. There we go. On the back door. Now I'm going to put a bag in it. And that fits really nice. A bit big, but never mind. This is not any type of like sealed suction vacuum. It is a completely dirty fan system, but we got that in place. That is done and dusted on that part. Now we need to turn our attention to the bottom part. Okay, so brackets are on, yes. Sole plate and top cover are the only parts, so I think this part is done. Master covers come up very nice, I have to say. Make sure those wires are tucked in. fitted on lovely. Let's turn it over. Top cover, screws. One. Two. So that is now the top cover done. Now we need to put our attention to the wheels. This is the belt guide. And this is the height adjuster. And I'm going to spray a little bit of lithium grease into this. And now this bracket looks kind of complicated, but it's quite not. If you just fit in the wires, and then they just clip in. It's just so easy compared to the one with the Pure Power, where if you snap that metal thing, you're done, you're stuffed. And this is the lovely brush roll. Lovely, 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 jubbly. Fits in lovely. Now I need to get a belt, obviously. So I'll take this back out. And I'll get a belt because I need to hunt through my belt box. Okay, so I found a belt and I've put the belt on it. That is now lined up really good. Now we need to put the base on it. The sole plate. Make sure that's in place properly. There we go. Just 4 screws for this. Excellent. Now plug it in. Let's test it. Okay, that sounds really smooth. Really, really nice. I like that. I'm glad that brush roll's gone in there now. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the floor a second, just to give it a quick test. Okay. Here it goes. Oh, wow. That's a lovely. That is really, really lovely and smooth, I have to say. Stunning. Oh, wow. Excellent. Okay. Oops. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is clear away everything on here, because the next thing we have to do is polish it up, because it looks a bit, well, let's just say dull as dishwater. It definitely looks a bit dull as dishwater. So what we're going to do is give it a quick polish with my polishing machine, the drill one, and we will have this looking like new. Fingers crossed. Okay, it's the next day. I have prepped everything. We are going straight in to waxing, to cutting polish. I'm just going to move this out of the way. No, I'm going to have to move this vacuum. Hang on a sec. The handle is in my way. Watch out. Okay. Okay, so that is one side. I'm going to do this part of the handle. Turn it on its side. I'll work on this side. Okay, now this side of the handle. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over and do this side. I'm just going to add a teeny weeny bit more polish to it. Okay, now this bit of the handle. Oops, lost my end. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to flip it on its back. Okay, let's get cracking. Okay, just going to work on this bit. It's looking really good. Okay, now I'm going to stand it up because I'm just going to do this top part very quickly, which you can't see. Okay, now I'm going to give this a quick, let me lay it back down flat again, and just go over the front one more time. Okie dokie, that is done. Now I just need to leave it for about 10 minutes just to make sure that this is dried in properly, and then we will be able to buff it off. So let's leave it for a few minutes. Okay, now that is dried. What I'm going to do now is buff it off and reveal the lovely shiny. Now, of the two, this is in the worst condition, I would say, as in there's some broken parts on it. So this is the one that I'm going to keep, and the other one, which I'm going to do the video of as well, I will do another Turbopower in between the two Wedgwood green ones, just to make it a bit more interesting for you guys. Otherwise you're going to have two identical machines. But the thing about it is, you don't know what each one holds until you open it up and you start working on it. So even though they're identical machines, you don't know what each one is going to need for repairs and stuff. Okay, so let's take this buff off. What I'm going to do after I've buffed this off is put some of this on it, some of this ultimate glaze, let that dry, and then we'll buff that off. So if you saw when I was going over the decals, you have got to be extremely careful. I mean, like, I was going over it very, very, very slow, but you could mask them off like Sam does. You know, you could, but I just take it very slow. I don't, the drill polisher is not as, if we look at Sam, he uses, or I've used it as well, is the big polishing machine, but I just use this little drill one. You get some really good effects, you know. I prefer using that one on stuff which has got these kinds of decals and everything, because it's a bit more forgiving, if you know what I mean. Know what I mean? Right. Let's flip it over. Oops. I did a bit of this as well, just because. And that looks fantastic. Let's put a lovely, lovely, lovely sheen all over it. Really nice. Really pleased with this. But it does have its faults. But for the minimum use that I'll be giving it, it will be absolutely fine. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bore you to tears with this, because I'm just going to use this cloth and I'm going to use the glaze on it. We'll cover it in the glaze, and then I'll come back to you when that's ready to be buffed off, and then we'll give it a go. Okay, so the wax has now had time to dry, or I should say the glaze. So now we're going to buff it off. And the plastic feels lovely and smooth, so that's done a good job. And it looks really nice. I really do like the two-tone on this of the Wedgwood green. I was going to say Cotswold beige, but it's Wedgwood green. Okay, I'm going to stand it up because I find it easier to wipe it off. Oops. Doing it this way. Wow, that looks amazing. I can't wait for you to see it. I'm looking forward to giving this a demo as well. That looks really, really good. Really shiny. Okay, let me lay it back down flat. And buff off this. Much better. Clean, shiny, polished, looking really good. Just gonna set that to there. Now I did apply some to the base of it, so I'm just going to flip it over, just wipe it off the underneath. It's still got all its scratches and war wounds and everything, but that doesn't bother me. The fact that it works, and now works well, is fine for me. Okay, wow, and no more lean. That is really important. It doesn't have that major lean like it used to, so I'm definitely going to do that with the other ones. Okay, right, I think we need to get this on the floor and give it a quick go. I think I'll put down some Mad About Mess, some sawdust, and see how it performs. Okay, so there we go, it is there. You can see the shine on it already. Let's just clean up this mess here and see how it does. Now that has done a really good job. It's picked everything up and it looks fantastic. Let's have a look at the luxury carpet. Okay, really good. Let's just give it a little push around now. So there we go, my little whippersnappers. That is finished. Looks fantastic. Shines. Works so much better than it did before. Even that looks whiter after a wash. And there we go, take a look at the back. The cord is a bit discoloured, but not much I can do about that, to be honest. But there we go. Absolutely fantastic. It's come out really good. It was really dirty and dusty. And even the wheels now look really good. I actually quite prefer them with the black wheels with the green inserts. I prefer that, to be honest, than the green wheels, because it matches the bumper. Well, there we go, done and dusted. Absolutely love it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this refurb of this Turbopower 1. Let me just, I'll take a photograph and put it in the back in the description, but let me just come down to this. Oops, come on, focus. There we go. The Hoover model U2332, 410 watts. There's the serial number. BEB approved. 240 volts. Let's turn it around. There we go. Just having a bit of issue there with the focusing. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next episode when we are going to be doing the same one as this, but we're going to be doing the soft bag version. And then I'm going to go and do, down there you see it, that one with no wheels, because I have the wheels. I found the wheels that Sam gave me. So we're going to do another one of these, but it'll be the video after next. So check back in the back catalogue if you're new to this and it's sometime in the future, because you will see them all there. And there's stacks more videos as well for you to watch. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye y'all.